And we're back. Welcome to Six of Swords Tarot. It's your girl Bird, and I feel that my cats have hustled me. Because, well, I mean, listen, I'm a Scorpio at the end of the day. It's not easy to get something out of me, but thanks to daylight savings time, they have moved up their feeding window. And because it's getting dark where I live, they're just like, okay, we think they tell time by the sun. They're animals. This is all normal, healthy behavior. But listen, one of my children in particular, I won't name names, is quite a heifer. And, but anyways, what's up? I got Nita up first. If you guys are called to donate, let me know. You guys know the drill. I have 3 reading options for you. And yeah, we're going to keep on keeping on today. I was on yesterday. That was fun. I used to go on over the weekend to get some my international peeps, and I'm really glad I got to connect with some of you guys yesterday. And when I say international, those of you outside the U.S. time zones. Anyway, so I might start doing Sundays. We'll see how I feel. And as long as I'm not out partying too late the Saturday nights prior, which you never know. You never know what this bird is going to get into. Not hungover tired, just like I stayed up too late because I'm an old lady now tired. But that is the deal. So I got a question from Nita. I think Nita wants me to tap into a reading that she had done for herself. Whenever you're here, Nita, just let me know. And in the meantime, I'm going to call in. Hey, girl. Just going to burn a little bit of beeps. Welcome in, friend. I hope you're doing well. I glanced at your question, but I didn't read the whole thing. All right, Spirit, let me know what's going on to Nita, with Nita. Archangel Michael, please protect this live stream. And Spirit, please open me up to be a clear channel so I can deliver messages for the greater good. And so it is. Please ignore the sound in the background as my son going to town on his cat treat. Question is, I pulled for myself and got the Tower, 8 of Cups, and 6 of Wands. Can you tap in and tell me what that means for me? So right off the bat, before I clarify with mine, I'm going to tell you how I would interpret that reading. The way I would interpret the Tower, 8 of Cups, and 6 of Wands in a personal reading is saying that whatever crumbled and whatever you were blocked from moving towards because you have to move on to something else, there's a better victory waiting for you. Whatever, if you feel like there was a tower moment or something crumbled in your life right now, or this could be energy happening right now or energy happening soon or something recent you're reflecting on. The Tower is something that crumbled, not built on a solid foundation. 8 of Cups moving on, and then victory. So something, and oftentimes this happens, especially when we think we really wanted something. Like, man, I really wanted that thing. I wanted that job. I wanted that relationship. I wanted that thing, right? And then maybe hindsight's 2020. Maybe that guy, maybe that job, maybe that thing was really not all it was cracked up to be, 2-3 years down the line when you can hindsight 2020. And moving in flow and living in radical acceptance with where Spirit is guiding you, Nita, is going to open you up to a greater blessing. A blessing that is more in alignment with who you are as you live authentically. So that Six of Wands is saying, you know, whatever that thing was, that wherever that breakdown was, whatever that thing was, that wasn't even in alignment for you anyway. And that there's a better blessing in store for you. That is a true victory. So let's take a look. Spirit, can we clarify this reading that Nita did? And give me more details around what this means for her. Give me more details about what this means for her. So we have, the Empress. Boom! I really think that there could have been something that you really wanted. And this Empress is saying you wouldn't have been able to create and achieve at the level that your soul is meant to if you would have stayed in a situation or got the thing that you wanted. In the moment, radical acceptance is not easy, right? But in time, once you create, like your screen name is Music by Nita, maybe it's music, right? Whatever you create from here on out is better in alignment than what is meant for you is never going to be held back from you or ever taken away from you, right? Boom, Queen of Wands, beautiful creative energy with the Queen of Wands. So very interesting combination here. The Empress and Queen of Wands, very powerful feminine energy, positive feminine energy. Ace of Cups, bringing love into the mix. The Five of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. Oh, boom! I love this. Okay. So let's give you, do you know what this thing is? And you don't need to tell me, but do you know what I'm referring to? Because Spirit is saying you need to allow yourself to grieve the loss with the Five of Cups of whatever it is that didn't work out for you, because there's way better opportunities. I don't think that you're going to be down for long, okay? And so maybe a general message, knowing that trust your inner guidance system. Let's talk about that work situation. I'm going to use that as an example, right? Because that was something we talked about recently for you. Let's say, and I don't think you're like heartbroken over that, but I'm just saying, like, let's say you would have been stuck in that situation. Let's say that worked out and you started dating that person. That relationship could have kept you stuck in a situation where you had to keep yourself very small and you were not able to create the type of legacy that you were trying to create for yourself. I'm also seeing a breakthrough. So in terms of, fortune telling with the tarot, this could be something happening in the near future for you that kind of breaks down, where you have to pivot and change direction, Eight of Cups, so that you can reach the victory that you want. Allow yourself to grieve something if it doesn't work out, but you're also coming through as a very grounded energy that doesn't want to give up. It can be work related. And in fact, there's money here at the end, which is the cherry on top of this reading. So the Knight of Pentacles, make sure that you remain grounded and also know when it's time for you to walk away from something, is another clear message. Because the Knight of Pentacles doesn't want to give up. You've been wanting to leave your job so bad. You can. So let's talk about that. If the foundation of your job is crumbled and you see the writing on the wall, meaning like you need to leave, it's time to grieve that situation and find victory elsewhere. The other thing I would say about the Eight of Cups in a moment like this, especially if something at work like dramatic happened, which would, maybe be that Tower energy, I would grieve maybe the life you thought that you were going to have there, and focus all of your energy on moving forward. We have the Hierophant here, which talks about new organizations. So if you are, applying for other jobs, I see that coming in your future. I also see you making more money. You have the capability, maybe you've kind of settled into your current job and you're getting paid way less than you're worth. If that's the case, you need to get the hell out. Page of Swords. I feel like you might be overqualified or too educated to be doing what you're doing now with this Page of Swords, or maybe you've obtained a new skill set here with the Page of Swords where you could be doing something and making more money, because that's exactly what I see coming in here. 10 of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles. This is big money, honey. Money where you are comfortable to the point where you could take care of other people, other animals, right? 10 of Pentacles, having savings, something that you can build a really strong foundation and a strong legacy that nobody can take away from you, that you built by yourself. They don't pay jack. I would look outside of there. And maybe you get, and I don't know, so you tell me. But if your benefits aren't great, if your retirement isn't worth it, I don't know if they give you guys pensions anymore. That's like a pipe dream from the past. But if you're not getting benefits that are good enough for you to stay, like a pension or retirement, and you need more cash flow in the current state, like in your everyday to day, 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, there's jobs out there. There's work out there for people to do. And I know that everyone's freaking out about the economy and everything freaking out. I'll tell you what, like with the work that I do, we've had so many new people start recently. So I'm like, is this even real? You're staying for the benefits for sure. Yeah. So, I don't know if you could find another job or maybe a side hustle or something, but know that if something isn't, that's the message, is being able to move on from a person, place, or thing. If it's either ripped out from under you or all signs are pointing to, I need to go. Either way, I'm seeing success for you, and don't ever underestimate like your own personal power. You have a lot of creative energy. I think in 2026 is going to be a really beautiful year for you in terms of maybe like you're creating your music or but there's an ability to earn more money here. Maybe there's opportunity with music to earn money as well. But I would just keep your options open. Don't, even if your benefits are like great, do a little pros and cons list. Like, are you gonna retire early? Like, how soon are you gonna be comfortable? Do you need more cash flow in the meantime? Type of thing. But let me see what else I have for you. Welcome in, guys. If you're called to donate, let me know. But I will also say, money, it pains me to even say this. Money isn't everything. So if you are like absolutely, positively miserable with what it is that you're doing, that's probably a sign to make a change. Yes, and we have 10th house of career. Mars and Aries in the 10th house. If you start looking for jobs right now, I think you could find something really quickly that's going to pay you a lot more money. 10th house of career. So, but Mars and Aries is all about taking action and taking those steps. So if you want it, it's out there. You just need to come into alignment with it. Are you looking for other work? Yeah, there's people that will appreciate your education and skill set way more than what you're... I feel like you're not even... Do you feel like you're not using your brain sometimes? Because you're like, look at all this powerful, intelligent energy. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, the Empress. It's like, I know how to do all of these things. I can be a freaking workhorse for you. And here you have me over here just like meandering around. I'm like cleaning up after a party when I could be running the company. Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Is kind of what I'm getting from this 5 of Cups. It's like I have to, or maybe the 5 of Cups is how you feel every day. Where you're like, oh my God, it's draining to even like walk through these doors. So that's what I'm seeing positive change for you moving forward. The action is you need to take. And trust me, I mean, considering with what's going on right now, I don't think anyone would blame you for leaving a government. Unless you have like the best pension ever created on planet Earth. That's the only, and you absolutely hate your freaking job. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of why you would want to stay. But nowadays they don't really do pensions the way they used to. So anyway, your mental health is also very important, but you know, at the end of the day, baby girl's got to pay bills. So, but if you want out, there's other opportunity for you. Micromanaging, making it hard to want to be there. Yeah. If the cons outweigh the pros, you've been looking every day beautiful. Keep it up. Don't give up. That's another message of the Knight of Pentacles. You know, holiday season can sometimes get a little bit slow, but I will tell you what. I don't know. There's a lot of videos because I'm like a YouTube junkie. There's a lot of videos out there about like tech and everyone's laying off and this, that, and the other. But it's like when I look around, and there was a massive government layoff, like or what was it, the shutdown, right? And so all of that is very real. But from where I'm sitting in the real world, I am seeing tons and tons of people still hiring. So I don't necessarily think it's all a bust right now. I actually, maybe I'll read about the economy if nobody has any questions. But thank you so much, Nita. Yeah, keep up the... I don't have anyone else in line. If you're called to donate, let me know. If not, I'm going to do a collective reading on the economy because... why not? Where is my... whoops. I want to use the Druid Craft. Jessica, hi, BB. I am doing well. How are you? I will say this comment. I don't want to complain. You love me well, you are a Sag, honey. And that's, listen, eat your heart out and love your Christmas holiday. I do not like daylight savings time. And I think almost 5 years into moving back east, hey, newbie, the darkness is starting to bother me. After you live in Arizona for like an extended period of time, and it's constant sun 24/7. Well, not 24/7, but you know what I mean. There's no daylight savings. Every day is beautiful. It's hot, but it's beautiful. I'm getting a little like, how can I have seasonal affective disorder in the South? Like this isn't fair. This isn't right. So Anyway, I'm fine. I'm actually doing very well. Yeah, it's like really annoying. But out west, you don't really have to deal with that. All right, Jess, let me know your question, boo-boo. Sorry if you already posted it. How are you doing, newbie? How's everyone? It is cold out here. All right, what does career look like? What does career look like for the beginning of the year? We're not going to use this for you. We're going to use Deeps. I know. Ugh. I think maybe I need to just go out west for, this is why I want to be Oprah rich, so I can be I don't know that I need to be Oprah rich to be a snowbird. I think I need to buy a little condo in Fountain Hills, Arizona. That's what I'd love to do. Have a home there, have a home here, and I'll be, oh my gosh, Sharita, how are you? Oh my gosh, it's been so long. Hey, Virgo. All right, let's do it. So, all right, Jessica, let's take a look at career for, let's take a look at career. Give me 1 second, Jess. Sorry, I'm taking a minute here. Thank you so much, newbie. Okay. All right. What does career look like for the beginning of the year for Jessica? Spirit, show me, show me, show me, show me. Knight of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. You're definitely working. Five of Cups, Four of Wands, the Lovers, Queen of Swords, beautiful. Six of Wands, beautiful energy. Okay, we have the Sun coming out for you too on the top of the deck, which is great, and we have Page of Cups. I'll take her. So, Knight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, you're definitely working, okay? And oh no. Sorry, I just saw your comment about the surgery. Four of Wands and the Lovers, things are going to be feeling much more stable. I think you were in a place, maybe this past year where you were like, I really don't like how things are feeling. I don't really I don't really see the path that I'm supposed to be on. But the beginning of next year, I would say, after the holidays, like January 15th, January, February, March onward, you're going to be feeling stronger and stronger. I'm also seeing you, I'm also giving you a little preview. I see you potentially taking even another, you're either moving up or you are solidifying a more structured or serious role. Are you working right now? Because something more solid, serious, and fulfilling is coming your way. You're in the hiring process. So what could happen is you, and I tell all my PRN people, but then again, I don't know if it's the same. Our friend Virgo can tell us, compared to, I won't get into all of your guys' professions, but compared from what Virgo does to what you do, I don't know if PRN pays more. If it does, great, and figure that out. But what I'm seeing is you may be offered another position where it's either full-time or it's paying you more. And there's a huge victory. This is a victory that works with your schedule. It works with the type of work that you like to do. And it's a really, really good fit. We also have the Lovers here, Four of Wands. It feels like you're landing somewhere that feels like home, in a workplace that maybe you haven't felt in a very long time, or potentially felt maybe ever. It's a really harmonious working situation. So that it's feeling good. The Queen of Swords is saying, like, you really are a master of the craft here. You know your stuff. You know what you're doing. And you could be in some type of leadership role if you wanted to be. But what I'll say is, you know, maybe it starts out with a PRN, and then once you get your wheels turning again, you're like, you know what? I think I want to do this full time. Or maybe you apply for like a leadership or a manager or supervisor type of role and you get it, right? With this Queen of Swords energy. So this is feeling really good. But yeah, I Five of Cups is kind of where you're at right now. You're not feeling hopeful. You can't see that there really is opportunity. The type of work that you do, I won't put it on blast, that's never going to go away. The type of work that you do, especially in the work that Virgo does, that is, y'all are going to be working forever as long as these people will milk it out of you. I'm not kidding. So thanks, Virgo. So let's see what else we have here. We have Libra in the first house, and Pluto. There could also be a physical transformation happening for you in the next year, and in the next, I would say like Q1, how corporate can I sound? The first quarter of 2026, maybe you want to change your look, your hair, nails, something like that. But Libra in the first house with Pluto, this is like, I'm trying to look different. I feel better. And maybe, I don't know, maybe you, and I know you have a little baby, but maybe you're just like, you feel like a sovereign being again, that you have your body back to yourself. So, director at the place I play, I feel I'm not qualified, but I would love. Yeah, so be open. Keep your mind open, but that's something. Maybe it's something where you could move up into. But I really think that you really know the ins and outs of the type of work that you do. I think you have the experience and the knowledge of the Queen of Swords. So don't sell yourself short, because that's also going to lead you to victory. We pulled I think that was Anita's reading where she had pulled the Six of Wands for herself. So I will leave that with you. Thank you so much, Jess. Up next, I have, let me just triple check here. Okay, up next I have Virgo. Virgo, what is up, boo-boo? We got Virgo in the house. Can I just say a little shout out to Virgo? Because, listen, I love my regulars on this channel. I truly feel like, because Virgo, so I started this channel back in end of 2019, or I started doing live readings on the channel 2019, 2020. And Newbie, Jessica, these people, and Sharita has been around for a very, very, very long time. Virgo, I truly feel like you are a ride or die on this channel. I just feel like you're one of us now. Yes, definitely yes. And Bailey is a freaking real one as well. Bailey, how is it going with the dog? How's the puppy? Take care, Jess. We love you. All right. Virgo says, oh, I am. Tarot Girly Squad. Yay! I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Okay. So, Virgo, I'm going to go over to, I'm about to use Kendra's deck for you. Hope that's okay. I'm going to use the Lightseer Six of Swords fan club. Oh my gosh, you guys are freaking awesome. All right. We're going to jump into Virgo. Oops, Virgo has 3 readings. If you're called to donate, let me know. Virgo, how will the new nurse supervisor position go for me start next week in a different department? All right, let's do it, boo. Nursing position, how is it gonna go? Ace of Swords. Love it. Love it. How is it going to go? How's it gonna go when you start next week? Okay, Ace of Swords and King of Pentacles. You are a born boss. You are a boss. Again, Ace of Swords, you go in there with the truth. I think that you're someone who is fair. I also feel like you're someone that people respect. Like your colleagues would ask, if someone had a question, they can rely on you and trust you to give them accurate information that is correct information. So you're definitely a leader. Treating people kindly and humbly and patiently, I think is going to gain you a ton of respect. I also feel like if you're replacing someone, they're going to like you way more than the person who was there before you. That's so funny with the Ace of Cups, yeah. I think that you could be there for a while. I think you could grow really comfortable in the role as well. I see things going smoothly. You also may get a new perspective about the organization or the department or the shift that you're working. A new perspective then and I'm just going to use some analogy for you that even if it's the same shift, right? Let's say you were working like days and then you're working nights in a different department or something like that. They could be having a completely different experience even though you're in the same building, right? And so it's going to be eye-opening. I think this group of people is more level-headed and way less dramatic than what you're used to. I think these people are, the people that you are supervising are energetic and intelligent, and they do things for the most part pretty respectfully and fairly. And the other thing I'll say is another reason that they respect you is because you have been through the trenches, which is this 9 of Wands energy. you've really paid your dues. Whether you know these people or not, they'll know that, like, you know, you probably have moved up from another department or something like that. So overall, energy's looking really positive. Just make sure you don't burn yourself out. You used to work with them, yeah. So they are there's going to be a lot less drama than which in your line of work, honey, let me tell you, like, I will never go back to that. And I didn't even do what you do. I worked in the administrative side, and I will never go back to that industry. That'll burn. It is not for the weak or the faint of heart. Yeah, Empress energy, growth opportunity. I think the positive feedback that you get in this role could have other leaders looking at you to for other leadership roles in the future. And we have Page of Cups. Kindness, being kind and courteous is going to take you very, very, very far in this. Hey, Kendra. Page of Cups. This is someone who is kind, empathetic, and open. A lot of times people just want to be heard. And so meeting people where they are at, and especially like if you're working in a female dominated industry, which you are, oftentimes it can be, you get to a place where, and this is a big lesson I had to learn this year too, you sometimes want to get catty and be like, well, I know this better and I know this better and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no. Show up, be humble, be kind, let people be heard. And that's going to earn you the respect of these people. Because there's a lot of leaders out there, and I'm not saying you are one, but there's a lot of leaders out there that will like make examples of people or try to make people look stupid. That is not how you're coming into this. You're going to be respected on the way that you move and the knowledge that you have and the way you treat other people. Spirit, show me what else for Virgo in this job. Day-to-day routine, Gemini, South Node. I think you have a past life relationship with some of the people that you're working with. And oh yeah, it'll be very, very organized. Your days are going to go by very quickly as well. Gemini in the 6th house is, and make sure you're taking care of your health, obviously. But that's what I have for you. Looking really good. Welcome in, guys. I work with drama. Well, I mean, again, that's why I'll never work in that industry. I worked in a facility for 1 year, I think it was. That was it. And I was like, I'll never work in healthcare again. I'm out. But I worked in corporate healthcare for actually, prior to my current job, for the majority of my career, actually. But I was in a corporate situation where I was outside of the patient care facilities. I actually do, yes, and I think I do too. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Your next question is, I'm getting negative energy from current boss, other nurses. What is their deal? It's like they want me to fail or be scared. With what you're currently doing or where you're going? You need to get out of there. Sometimes when it's you reach the end of the road, there's like a crescendo leading up to it and energy gets really weird. I remember one time I was leaving an organization and I gave like a super crazy where I'm going. No, I think they're probably just, don't let that get to you. You're fine. I remember one time I left, I had given I think it was like a 30, 40 day notice. And I was working for this awful human being. And things got so toxic that I just gave him my keys and left one day. I was like, I can't do this anymore. She kept asking me, okay, that's weird. Okay, let me repeat the question one more time. Negative energy from current boss and other nurses. What is their deal? Oh, so the current boss, so not your new boss. Is that what you're saying? Why are they acting this way? They don't want you to have a good opportunity. Yeah. Look at the Sun and the King of Wands. You were given an opportunity with power and leadership, and you're going to have some authority over people, and some people don't like that. That's all it is. You have 1 week left. Yeah. Ace of Swords comes out again. You are a truthful person who knows the facts. And you don't play games. You don't play into the other bowl. We have Justice. Queen of Cups. Yeah, you are emotionally stable. And you know what I will say about this? And please don't come for me, because I could never do what you do. It's very, very hard work. But you are someone who actually cares about the people you care for. And I know that's a controversial thing to say. I literally, if you ever wanted, we should talk one night about healthcare, because I have theories about this. I have theories about nurses can I go on a little tangent here? Will you guys be pissed? So nurses who, because I know someone who's a nurse that, and this is separate, I've never worked with this person, but I know, I looked at their birth chart, and they have it's like Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, not an emotional Queen of Cups bone in their body. They're smart and they know what they're doing, but I feel like that makes them a good nurse, because they're not absorbing the emotion of the patient. They're able to get into it. But I feel like you actually can sit in the pit with the people that you care for and truly care about them. And so I think there's two sides. Good nurses are all built differently, but I think it's a fascinating topic, right? Because you can still be a good nurse without I have a dear friend who is she's like a veteran. She does she's been in the business forever, and she is she's a float nurse, because she can do anything and everything. So when she shows up, she's also a Gemini, so she can do that. But she has a Cancer moon, so she's very caring, very empathetic, but also at the end of the day, the Gemini sun can shut her brain off. And so, but I feel like you have those deeper feelings, and I just think that you're well suited for this work. Sorry, I thank you for letting me go on my tangent. They're trying to scare you. 4 of Pentacles, they're trying to make you second guess yourself, because the people who are jerks do not want other people to have harmony in their life. They're trying to scare you. It's all a power move. It's all a power play. It's a bunch of BS. And I think you need to get away from them, which you are. Page of Wands. Maybe there's some jealousy that you're moving on. Queen of Pentacles. They're pissed that you're going to be making more money than them. Queen of Pentacles. You're more financially stable than they are. You know what I will say? I don't care if you have the same job as someone. You can still have your shit together more than other people. And as a Virgo, I think you're very organized. You're very much a Queen of Pentacles. And I think other people may be jealous of what you've been able to accomplish, even as a single mom, a nurse, and all these things that you do. And they're like, how can Virgo do all this stuff? And it's like, F you. That's none of your business. Moon in Taurus. And the 6th house again. The moon is exalted in Taurus. You're going to be feeling a lot better about your day. They're wanting you to second guess your decision, period. Exactly. And you have Moon in Taurus. So this is great, which also makes me feel like Moon in Taurus is, it's a good placement. And in the 6th house, you're feeling good about your day-to-day routine. You're feeling good about, you know, health, all 6th house related issues. So I'm going to leave that with you. Up next, I have one more for Virgo. So on it, let me look at our list really quickly here. I have, how long have I been on? 45 minutes? Not too bad. I have Virgo for one more, then Kendra. And baby Ember is under the table. Hi, baby girl. How will my hangout with T see him in January? How will my hangouts go with T in January? Where is my, here, we'll use this. It's my only, is that my only romance reading? Oops, Virgo for 3, you're fine. Is this my only romance reading for the day? I don't think I read on, holy cow, how did we make it 46 minutes without doing any romance readings? This is like a record for this channel. He's in town once a month, so now, hey, do what you gotta do. Spirit, show me. Spirit, show me. How are these hangouts gonna go with T? How are these hangouts gonna go with T? 7 of Swords. Lovers. 3 of Cups. Girl. Virgo! I'm not going to filter myself. Keep your options open, honey. I break records. Exactly. That's what you're meant for here. 3 of Cups. Keep your options open. Hanged Man, 4 of Swords. Here's the thing. In the moment, this could end up turning, listen, I don't know what you're trying to get into. Ain't no judgment here. We're grown, okay? What I will say is, if you're looking for a physical connection with this person, I think it could be fun. If you're looking for a long-term romantic committed partnership, I don't know that they can give you that. Why? 7 of Swords, Hanged Man, 2 of Swords, 4 of Swords. In the moment, when they're there and they're actually available, Lovers, the star, all eyes on you, all attention is on you. And so if you define it as something else, it could feel like they're love bombing you. Oh, okay. Yeah, then if that, I mean, listen, if you're, my BFF, shout out if you're watching, said to me yesterday, hold on, what was it? What did she say? The exact quote was, I'm just looking to knock boots with somebody until I kick the bucket. And I said, you should really put that on your dating profile. So if you kind of say like, listen, if going into it, and it's not necessarily love bombing, it's just kind of in the moment, it's kind of like a lot, but then you separate and there's kind of like nothing, right? So as long as you know that that's what you're signing up for, that it's not like a serious committed relationship, then Stacy, welcome. So that's what I'm seeing here. Spirit, short. What else can you show me about these hangouts? So the hangouts consist of heavy petting. PG is the best, PG-13. Until I feel ready for someone, and then I will push him aside. Yeah, exactly. Virgo, listen. Earth signs do what earth signs need to do. No judgment for me. We have, you're focused on your work, and so are they. Which is, and if they're working in a different location, Libra, 10th house, Mercury. You know, I will also say with Libra and Mercury, like having clear conversations about like, this is what this is. 7 of Pentacles. I feel like it would take a really long time before you guys could get to a place where this would be like a real committed relationship. Hermit, the cheese stands alone with the Hermit. On that note, yeah, clear conversations, but I think, you know, it's all good. Up next, we have Kendra. I have Kendra and Stacy. Welcome in. You said heavy petting. I'm like, I don't know how else to say this. Kendra, I'm here. Kendra says, oh, you didn't post it yet. Did you post yet? Oh, okay. He's a cap. Okay, let's take a look. I'm going to use light seers for you. Let's see if we get that hot, sexy King of Wands in this deck. I hope you do. And then we have, bye Virgo, have a good night. All right. He looks like the King of, yum. Well, all right, Spirit, let's tap into Kendra's energy. Is it Vish? Vish? What are Vish feelings and actions towards me? Newbie's like, I want to get a glimpse of this. Woo! Okay, cool. Vish. I always date guys that have really weird names. Maybe because I like foreign men. That could also be it. But not even non-foreign men that I always date guys with like odd names. It's a weird. What's that Mars in Aquarius? Something's wrong with me. All right, Kendra. Spirit, tap me into Vish's energy. I actually want to roll these first. Show me for Kendra. What is his energy? Energy and actions towards Kendra. Virgo, Uranus, 12th house. Oh, he is keeping things close to the vest. Hold on. Excuse me. Okay. Spirit, show me. Well, we got the Knight of Cups. Okay. Definitely some swagger, I feel. 9 of Pentacles. What is his energy and actions towards you? His energy and actions towards you. So I know, I feel as a, listen, I definitely consider myself a Capricorn man. I'm not a Capricorn man, but I am a connoisseur of Capricorn men, so I can tell you all about this, okay, honey? But let's get into this. So he sees you as someone who is energetic, light, bright, someone who is, especially if you're, I don't know what context you know this person, if it's through work, but with the 9 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, they see you as someone who has a really light and attractive energy, and someone who is trying to create something really like beautiful and stable. He doesn't see you, and I don't mean to sound, I'm not trying to put other people down when I say this. He doesn't see you as like some stupid Gen Z bimbo that's like into what all of the other girls are into. He sees you as someone who is actually, that actually has a brain and actually has thoughts, and that your brain isn't like ratting on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? He's like, wow, Kendra is a human being of substance. Like, I wonder what, you know, she's got something to say and she's got thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So that's great. Let me see what else I have here. These cats are all over this cat tree right now. 6 of Pentacles, Hanged Man, Ace of Cups, 7 of Swords. Now, feelings and actions towards me, if any, with the Hangman and 7 of Swords, I don't see him making any moves towards you. Especially, did you say this was in the work situation, or was that something Newbie said? Because, or maybe I missed something, because we have the World here. I don't think that they would cross that line at work. We have 5 of Cups, yeah. You met outside of work. I think that this could be a friendship. With the 7 of Swords and 5 of Cups, they could be involved with another person. But I don't see them making any moves. But I think they would be open to being friendly, especially if you guys have like mutual friends or met in like a friendship setting. This person doesn't open up easily, but I feel like in future conversations they might reveal some interesting, deep information. I have Virgo, Uranus and Virgo in the 12th house. The 12th house is what we keep hidden. Virgo is detailed information, and Uranus is kind of like surprising, right? I don't know in what context you met, but here's what I'll say. For now, entertainment purposes only, I don't feel horrible vibes from him. I think he could have, the reason we have 7 of Swords here, if he really is like this hot, sexy hunk, maybe there's other women around him, which, you know, could represent that 5 of Cups type of energy where it's like, damn, okay. But we have the World here too. Spirit, show me. Do you know if he's single? The 7 of Swords is, here's another thing I'll say about him. The 7 of Swords could also be a young man who doesn't want to settle down, in my personal opinion. He could be trying to talk to a bunch of different ladies, and so at least for now, he's not like laser focused on trying to make something real with you. He said he's single. Yeah, okay, so the clouds. He's not... And so, okay, so I will say, 7 of Swords, Hangman, clouds, 12th house. He is not always... I'm not calling him a liar. But what I'm saying is he can potentially withhold the truth or not tell the whole truth. He could be single and talking to 4 other women. Like, he, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he's lucky, and I would say if you're super interested in this guy, I would give it time and see if there's room for it to grow, but watch his actions. He seems into me and then pulls away. 7 of Swords, it's like game playing type of energy. So I would only watch his actions. I would not listen to what he says, because if he's super attractive, he might be used to getting his way with women. So let him lead. And I know you will, but I'm just saying. Let me see. You know, I'm going to pull from the moon. Spirit, show me what's happening next. What's happening next in this connection? What's happening next between these two? Spirit wants me to stop here. Okay. Work through your fears. Emotions are running high. Don't let your past hold you back. This, and I also pulled, because I wanted more clarification, show the world the real you. This is more about, he may be a lesson in how you're relating to yourself when it comes to, I think there's a lesson here with him somewhere. We just haven't discovered what that is yet. Give me a second. South Node, past life, super moon, new moon in Scorpio, work through your fears. Don't lose sight of this version of who Kendra is. I think that's the message here. No matter what he does, no matter what he says, if he's super into you and he was going to ask you on a date, he's going to ask you on a date. Like, that's not going to hold him back. I think he's used to getting his way with women, and I think he can. I almost don't even, I don't think he's like, I don't think he's a sociopath. Like, I don't think he's a crazy, horrible person. I just think that he's got a little bit of a player vibe to him with that Seven of Swords. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Okay. Thank you, Kendra. I'm going to leave that one with you. Let me know which happens with this little guy. But hey, here's what I'll say. At least you have something nice to look at. Think of it that way. Oh, shit. But at the end of the day, not all that glitters is gold, my friend. Not all that, I know. Girl, I know. Not all that glitters is gold. All right, Stacy. Flirting it, exactly. Enjoy it. Stacy, I'm going to use Tarot de la Nuit. And welcome. We're going to do last call. I know some couples who have been having some, I think some of it has to do with the astrology, but I'm not going to blame everything on astrology, so. Sorry. My friends just sent me a picture of a Twilight pillow. All right, Stacy, let's get connected into Spirit. Please connect me to Stacy's energy. Things were going well between Ryan and I, and then we've gotten into a few arguments lately. Will we be able to get past this? It has been, yeah. There's been some water trines, which is good, but for if people aren't if people are not used to working through emotions and making sense of emotions, like, it's not going to be easy to navigate. Will we be able to get past this and back to good times together? Show me, Spirit, energy between Stacy and Ryan. Are they going to work things out? Will they be able to get back to having good times together? Show me. Are they going to get back to good times together? Are they going to get back to good times together? Nine of Wands. Yeah, I think that you guys are going to work things out. Nine of Wands, not dead yet. Four of Swords. A real come to Jesus conversation needs to be had. Seven of Cups. Hey, Jaded. He's either really confused. He's either really confused at what the issues at hand are, or he's acting like he's confused at what the issues at hand are. Queen of Cups. The love is real. I have two cards that represent confusion here. Seven of Cups and the Moon. And what do I have in the center of them? Between them, I have work. This is going to take hard work. But I do feel like it's possible. Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, clear communication, work, mutual respect for each other, and working through your fears. Both of you guys need to come to the table, and I'm talking like warts and all, everything on the table. These are my fears. These are the issues that are coming up. These are the things I'm confused by. Thanks, Kendra. Because taking a rest, Four of Swords, avoidance, and not tackling this in a constructive way is no longer an option. I don't think you guys want it to end. I don't think he wants it to end. I mean, I'm talking like paper to pen. Here are the issues. But also here, and my sisterly advice to you would be, at the end of the day, if you guys are asking each other to change exactly who you are, that's not going to work. But with the Wheel of Fortune, he wants to blame me for everything. But with the Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, clear communication. So do you tell him like, so in a situation where he's blaming you for something, are you telling him like, here, this is the reason why this is happening? Does he tell you that he still wants to be in this? Second house of finances and values. Aries sun in the second house. Here's the deal. This is why I'm not in a relationship. Aries sun in the second house is, this is my way or the highway, honey. And he may be pushing you. I don't know if he has Aries in his chart. We have Aries sun in the second house. It's my way or the highway, babe. Even if you have different values. He's an Aries, yeah. He needs to, so if Aries is divine masculine energy. And if you want to be, if he wants to be in a counterpart in a relationship, he has to compromise. I also feel like if he is like getting frustrated and lashing out and blaming you, he's not getting to the root of what it is. I would sit down and try and tell him, like, I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand, like, what is the real root of this? Because if these issues are easily solved, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, I feel like you could potentially sort them out quickly. But if he's not going to be vulnerable and open up to you, Seven of Cups in the Moon, or Four of Swords, I'm avoiding my feelings altogether. Yeah. And I won't ask you what he's blaming you for, but think of like, is there, whatever the issue is, like, is it solvable? And is it quickly solvable? Does he want to be in a relationship, or does he just want someone to agree to everything he wants? Open communication. He has a hard time with vulnerability, yeah. And communication, probably as well. Knight of Swords. Why are you not opening up to me? He wants to win. Well, happy wife, happy life, babe. That's another thing. Like, if he's not, I hope that he's going out of his way to treat you like a queen, and I hope he does things for you to show you like appreciation. And if he's not doing stuff like that, then I think that you can work it out. But if it's going to become a dictatorship and he doesn't budge and tell you and actually let you in, it's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard to continue. But I think you can work it out. Like, it's not like you're some bro watching a football game with him and he wants to win the argument. You are the empress of his life. You are the queen of his life. And if he's not treating you that way, or he wants to blame the queen, like, yeah, he needs to, I would check on your moon sign compatibility. Do you know his moon sign or what yours is? Because I feel like that's a sticking point as well. He needs to be able to let you in. I don't care sun sign or not. Like, I have, my favorite male cousin is an Aries, and he's also an Aries moon, and double Aries, and we'll talk about emotions with me and deep stuff with me. So it's not, he's just got to open up. He deals with it in an unhealthy way. He needs to, so here's the thing, babe. He needs to heal his shit. You can't force him to do that. That's his shit. So when he tries to blame you for stuff, I would kind of usher him towards, here's option C. Because if option A is I blame me, option B is I blame you, I think there's an option C. Where is this coming from? How can we work together to heal it? And like, this isn't about somebody winning. This is about us figuring out a solution together. I think you will work it out, but don't spare yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or like, don't lose sight of who you are in the process is what I'll say. But especially if it comes to values or finances as well, like, he really needs to compromise. It's going to take work, but I think you will work it out. Hey, baby girl. Amber. Okay, readings are now closed. I have Jaded up next. I'm laughing. Jaded, I looked at at the bottom of your question first. You said, I'm sure I'll reject him. Oh my God, you're so funny. Okay. Jaded, you're hilarious. Let's use Witch's Tarot for you. It's a good Scorpio deck. All right, so I got Jaded, Kendra, and then we are close. Thanks, newbie. All right, who's coming into my love life? Who will make the first move? All right, let's see. I'm a runner, but Uranus in the 7th house. I get clingy, and then I back. Oh, Jaded. Let's do it, babe. Okay, give me a second here. I've been reading for an hour and 16 minutes. I've done a lot of readings in the last couple of days. I'm not used to doing back-to-back anymore on the live streams. Spirit. Let's tap into Jaded's energy. Let's talk about Jaded's love life. Who is coming towards Jaded? Who's going to make the first move? Who's coming towards Jaded? Okay, they don't want me to shuffle anymore. Who's coming towards Jaded? We have the Hierophant. We have 5 of Cups. We have 7 of Swords. Hell no! We have 8 of Swords. We have 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. Jesus Christ. Page of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles. Here's the message for you. And 10 of Pentacles wanted to fly out too. Before we even begin, you want the real message that's trying to come out is, and I know you get this on a very deep level because of your astrology, but also Knight of Pentacles. Whether it's 5 years from now, 10 years from now, the right person is going to be worth the wait. I think that you have a very strong intuition and sense of self. If you've been single for a while, or if you are feeling let me, hold on, give me 1 second here. Point number 1, if you have been single for a while, make sure that you are filling all of your cups on your own and building community so that you are not lacking in any area of life. That's number 1. Number 2, sometimes when we are hungry or thirsty for something, if we have been withholding something from ourselves for a very long time, we can sometimes drink from a poisonous well. The other thing I will say is, as Scorpio, Sun, Cancer, Moon, you'll be able to know right away. You'll get those feelings in your gut if you know someone is wrong for you. And listen to yourself. Trust yourself the first time. Because there could be, and this could be right now, actually. This could be in like the very near future. If you're in a place where you're feeling very vulnerable, you could have somebody pop up. Could be an air sign, could be a Taurus, okay? You could have somebody pop up in your life. I also feel like this could be someone tied to the past. There could be 1 or 2 people that kind of pop up that cause you a little bit of like confusion. Know that confusion is a sure sign that something is wrong when it comes to romance. If someone is being confusing and not clear, that's a red flag. Something's wrong. I feel like you're in a season of healing. This may not even be related to romance. This could be healing and overcoming some other area of your life. Could be childhood wounds. Could be it could be imposter syndrome. Could be like other things that you've dealt with and other healing that you're integrating, incorporating in your life. And so, am I seeing the love of your life immediately walking into your life right now? No. What I do see is a season of life. I will say, here's what I'm going to say. In the next 3 to 4 months, I see you healing, doing some really deep healing work for yourself, right? Doing the shadow work for yourself, which the Scorpio never ends, right? 8 of Swords, like this could also be second guessing yourself, mental, some type of mental games or trap that you're playing with yourself. And when you're in the middle of doing this work, someone could stumble in and maybe knock you off balance and distract you from the work that you're doing. Continue to invest in yourself no matter what, no matter who comes. Don't ever lose sense of yourself. You won't. I'm just saying. This is a reminder. Who is coming towards you? What is coming towards you? I do feel ultimately there is going to be a Knight of Pentacles that comes into your life. I don't think it's going to be the first half of next year. This could be a year from now or even into 2027. What I am seeing is people who, there could be 2 different guys that come into your life. And I feel like they would be the ones making the first move, by the way, to be very clear. In the next 4 months that reach out to you or, chat you up, whatever it is, one could be from the past, one could be new, and they could try to present themselves in a positive light when that is not the case. And you will find out that they're not really where it's at and that you're better off continuing your healing work and investing in yourself. But what I do see coming later down the line is a Knight of Pentacles, specifically Capricorn and Taurus, 8 of Cups. This will be a completely new energy. Have you thought about moving to a new place, like a different city? 8 of Cups, 7 of Cups. Yeah, there's a few more frogs down the pipeline. I'm not trying to give you a negative reading. This is actually a very positive healing reading. I'm just not saying that, the love of your life is here tomorrow. Taurus, first house, Mercury. Are other people going to fit into your life? Because you molding your life around somebody else isn't going to work. You compromising yourself too much for another person is not going to work. I think you've established yourself enough, and I don't mean like home-wise, I'm just saying like as a human being, like you like your routine, you like the things that you do. Your family lives close together. That's fine. Maybe this person is moving to where you are from a different place. But I see this being the person that you end up with is going to be a new person, strong Capricorn, could be a Capricorn moon or Capricorn sun. And I think this person would kind of fit into your life where it's like you have your family and your rituals and your things, and they fold into your life and they add to your life. It's not like you over giving, over loving and doting and letting that Cancer moon like run amok. But you also know, as a Scorpio sun, it takes a really long time to get to know people for who they really are. And allow yourself to see the dark underbelly first and ask Spirit to give you the clear vision to see that. Willow's standing at my door like, feed me. All of this to say, I see a Capricorn entering your life, and this energy feels, I feel like, you know what's going to be really funny, Jaded? I think that you're like our super cool, hardcore metal rocker chick, and I feel like this guy is like your everyday average accountant. Like, I almost feel like you guys, 3 months minimum, because that's when mass flow, exactly. I feel like this person that later on who you have a relationship with, either this time next year or into the next year, is like someone who works like a desk job, an office job, someone who is different than you, but you guys are extremely compatible, like undeniably compatible. But they kind of look just like an average Joe and may not be your normal type. So I just want you to be really open to that, Spirit. Let's focus on new energy. He's a man. Yeah. Positive energy. And this Knight of Pentacles is headed toward the sun as well. This may not have been the reading that you bargained for today, my friend, but this is what came out. Chemistry, exactly. Attraction, yes. Forgiving and learning. Yeah, there's like this healing, learning, and forgiving chapter that you're going through before you get to this like accountant Joe is what I'm gonna call him. He's a Capricorn moon. He's dependable. He knows how to pay your taxes. And he's a solid, stable guy, and you can quietly laugh and enjoy your time with him. Listen, us Cancer moons, we're not asking for the moon here. We just need someone who's not going to be an a-hole. I think they could be a Cap moon. That would be very compatible with you. Jaded, I'm going to leave that with you. That's what I got. Even in the gym. Girl, Capricorns are my favorite sign, period. I'm actually about to go hang out with my Capricorn friend tonight. Speaking of which, thank you, Jaded. I hope you're well. I hope you are doing it very, very well. All right, up next, I have the one, the only, Kendra. We're going to use Edgar Allan Poe to round this one out. Newbie. Oh, I love it. So many new emojis. Those are cute, guys. All right, Kendra, go ahead. You are the last reading. Where is he? My friends are sending me like, there's all this like Gilmore Girls and Twilight merch. He's got to be at like the mall somewhere. Ooh, okay. Kendra, can I tell you something about that? Because I don't know anything about the acting world. I know nothing. But I do have a family member and a very dear friend who is an actor. And have you considered doing anything in your local community theater scene? because that could be a really fun way for you to dip your feet back in. Should I get back into acting and or content creation? You said yes, I have. So yeah, get connected to those. That could be a really great way for you to not only build community but enjoy what you're doing, right? Doing your hobby. That's one of the best ways, I would say. I'm not saying meeting a boyfriend, but maybe you could, to meet like girlfriends, sisterhood, like build community through your hobbies, because that's where I found my chosen family, was through, doing hobbies in my local community. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah. You're doing something you love. You're around other people who love doing the same stuff, right? And it's like, it's all fun and good. So Spirit, show me, should Kendra get back into acting and or content creation? 8 of Cups. 10 of Swords. 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Wands. Ace of Swords. You needed a break, Hanged Man. Ace of Cups. If you truly love it, yes. However, I'm seeing you taking a little bit more of a break before you get back into it. So maybe you're scoping out, like, in terms of content, like, what kind of content do I want to make? Here's what I say. If you really love the content that you're making, then freaking make it, and do it because you want to make it, not because you feel like you have to be forced to make a certain type of video to attract a certain type of audience, right? So that you can go viral and be like, no. Just like, go do what Kendra loves. Talk about the things that you love. My favorite YouTubers from even back in the day was like, make the content that you want to see. I started doing these readings because back in the day, pre-COVID, I started, and God bless, I don't know where he is these days, but Tarot Oracle used to do these live readings differently than how I do them, but he, I think he only pulled like 3 cards, and he had a whole fun community, and I was just like, wow, I want to do this, and I want to engage with my people, right? And I've been able to do that. And so am I a huge successful channel? No. But I love what I do. And so I think it's also more about enjoyment. Same with acting. Like, if it's something that you love to do and you get enjoyment out of it, take your time and scope out what it is that you want to do, the type of content that you want to do. But if Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, if this is your truth, this is the truth of your soul, and this is what you love to do. 7 of Wands, Augustus. He's like, ratings are over. Come here, baby. Hi, honey. You're a good boy. Actually, he tried to steal his brother's food today, which wasn't a very nice thing. The 8 of Wands, connect to people, communicate with people. But I think that, you needed a break, and maybe even, maybe getting back to something in the springtime. See, like, if there's any, local shows or tryouts or whatever is going on in your area. 7 of Pentacles is also kind of stating, oh my God, this child won't quit. This Aries is like, can't stop, won't stop, mama. He's now climbing on my chair. He's crazy. He's feral. 10 of Swords. I think whatever you do, you need to approach it in a different way. With the new version of Kendra, who you are today. Going into it with maybe a little bit of a different mindset. But the perspective shift that you had, especially where you were living and being around, doing the auditions that you were doing, and you have amazing experience because of where you were living and what you were exposed to. And now it's about doing it because that's what's in your heart. but doing it in a completely different way. Maybe you would enjoy theater more than film. I don't know. 8 of Cups, 10 of Swords, moving in a new direction. 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands. Yeah, start out very, conservatively. Just kind of check some things out, see what you're drawn to, see what you're interested in, and then maybe dip your toe in slowly is what I'm seeing. With the 7 of Pentacles, Spirit, what else for Kendra? Not putting a ton of effort in, just kind of seeing what's out there. And seeing what, and in regard to content creation, like, if I switch perspectives, if I switch topics, what do I want to talk about? And what do I feel passionate about that I want to talk about? That I feel like I have a voice and I want to say something about this. Virgo, South Node. Return to the past, first house. Yeah, you will. I think you'll do both, actually. Another thing I'll say is sometimes people have YouTubes and they create videos like, 10 years ago, and then all of a sudden their channel like gains traction and everyone goes back and watches those old videos. So even if you switch genres on the same channel, like, I think you're fine. I don't think you need to get extremely serious right now. I think you just need to do like what's in your mind and in your heart and go from there. I see it more as a hobby, self-expression. Exactly. But I see, yeah, maybe after the holidays in the spring, you might get back into it. But I see you taking a little bit more of a break still. I'm going to leave that with you in Spirit's blessing. Thank you so much. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I will be on, I don't know, I'll put a timestamp on, possibly Wednesday, unless I feel like I need a break. Thank you so much. I'll probably be on Wednesday at 4, but I'll confirm that and I'll put up a timestamp. Have a great night, guys. Bye.